writers. Welcome back. Today, I have something I want to share with you. Would you believe, well, I'm down in my basement again. I know the lighting's not great down here, but I had to talk to you today from the basement because guess what I found? Buried under all kinds of old belongings down here. I've been doing some cleaning. I found, are you ready for this? My old journal. No, I don't mean from when I was in college. No, I don't mean when I was in high school. Writers, would you believe? This is my journal from when I was in third grade. I was 9 years old, just like so many of you. And I don't know if you know this, but I was a Breton Bulldog. Now that's just a fun extra fact I wanted to tell you. But that does make this extra like a little bit more fun because when you think about it, really good writing helps our reader picture and imagine in their minds what the writer was thinking and feeling. And so when I came across this journal today, I thought, what better way to teach you what I want to teach you today about journal writing than to use my old journal. Third grade. I mean, I've just been down here going through all these pages. And one thing that I noticed right away, my handwriting. Look at I put hearts when I dotted my J's in my eyes. I like to do hearts back then. Our old writing tells our future self so much about what we were thinking and feeling at the time. And so what better way to share what I was like when I was 9 years old than to go through this journal and start getting an idea of what I was thinking and feeling and dreaming about and wondering about. I'll start with June 8th. Oh, I have a little heart above my J there. Okay. Oh, this is going to be good. Today was June Jamboree. Writers, you know how we have our field day at the end of the year? Back when I was in elementary school, we called it June Jamboree. Just a little background note for you there. I'm going to start over. This is going to be good. Today was June Jamboree. Kira and I, my old friend, did the three-legged, oh, look how I spelled legged, three-legged race. It was fun. Wow. Did that really give you an image in your mind of what that was like? Look at, two sentences. Let's see if it gets better. Another heart and the J. June 11. Lisa and I, oh, Lisa was my old neighbor, had a lemonade stand today. Oh, and I see I've drawn a little picture of a lemon and a little juice glass here. John, my brother, tried to ruin it, exclamation point. I was so mad. Oh, I kind of feel like I remember that day. Wait, was it? Did we have the lemonade stand at our house or at Lisa's house? I wonder, was that the time that we also made, what? I only wrote this much. Guess I won't ever know. You know, it's funny because I think back then that was really vivid in my mind that day. But would you believe that my future self at age 44 doesn't remember the details? I don't remember. I wish that my former self had shown me more. June 12th, pool day, all caps. Mom bought us slushies and they were so, look at this, so good. Oh, I wonder if that was our old pool, Jolly Roger. Do you know, writers, we used to go to this pool and the slushies were so good. Why didn't I write about that? I bet you're starting to think about what I'm thinking about. That really good writers, if we want to send a message to our future self and have our future self be able to read and really feel where we were at the time, we need to go a little bit deeper than that, don't we? We need to write a little bit stronger. So today what I want to teach you writers is that you can use imagery in your words. Now the word imagery comes from the word image, which is like a photo or something that you can see, right? So I want to show you how you can do that. To really be a good writer, you know, we always like to use lots of good details and descriptive language to create an image in our reader's mind. The reader we're really trying to think about today, though, is your future self. And when we think about imagery, we think, I can picture it in my mind. Now, by the way, if you can't see this so well, that's okay. It's on our slide. I've made a chart that looks just like this on our slideshow, so you can refer to that also. And the way a good writer does that is by using his or her 5 senses. Using your senses. What you smell, what you taste, what you hear, what you feel. And you ask yourself, some questions. So to do this in your writing, writers, here are some things that you can ask yourself. What did it look like? I wonder if I had thought about what that slushie really looked like, I could have included the colors and how it was dripping down my arm. And I could have really thought about how I loved that it was red, white, and blue, and that always made me feel so excited. I could have really written a lot more and about what the pool looked like also. What did it sound like? When I think back to days at the pool, I think about the whistles of the lifeguards. I think about kids going down the slide, parents calling their kids over. I think about all kinds of sounds. And then I think about an important one. What did it taste like? Boy, I could really have used a lot more detail in my journal on that one, I know. And what did it smell like? When we think about our senses, that's one of the first ones we think about, don't we? And I know that if I had included that part of my senses in my writing that day, I would have probably written about things like the popcorn machine and the smell of suntan lotion and hot dogs being made. And of course, what it smelled like having a slushie. And how did it feel? How did it feel? And you'll notice I drew a little picture of a hand and a heart, because how things feel can be how they really felt. Like, how did that cold, icy, slushy feel running down my arm? How did it feel in the back of my throat? I was so thirsty. And it could also be, how did it feel in my heart? Was it a happy day? Was I filled with joy for summertime? These are your five senses, and when you ask yourself these questions, writers, it really helps boost your writing. And be sure that you're including those descriptive details that create that image in your reader's mind. So now that I've kind of taught that to you, I want to have you try it with me. Let's think about the day of the June Jamboree. Let's go back to Mrs. Richards, to little Meg in 3rd grade. Let's go back to Meg in 3rd grade, and let's practice something here. You know that we like to talk about learning progressions. We're going to do what I call a mini micro progression today. So we're going to start with a journal entry that looks a lot like the one that I did. Read it with me, would you please? Today was June Jamboree. Exciting? I'm going to be honest. I could have used a lot more detail. Don't you agree? Let's say it again. See if it sounds like really juicy and exciting. Today was June Jamboree. End of story. I don't know about you, but my future self would not be excited to read that. I'm going to put that one right here. Okay, let's try it again. Let's do our second one. Oh, I see we've done a little bit more. I think my former self tried a little bit harder on this one. Let's see if you agree. It's finally the last day of school. Oh, I do remember feeling that way. June Jamboree was always so exciting for lots of reasons, but one of the biggest ones was that it was the last day of school. We all know how that feels, right? But did I write about that? It's finally the last day of school. We had fun at June Jamboree. A little better, right? As we can tell that I've written more here than I did here. But something's still missing. What's it? I agree. We're missing more what? Detail. Sensory detail. We're missing more of those 5 senses. Are you ready? Let's see if this one gets a little closer to the mark. Hooray! It is finally the last day of school. This means it's June Jamboree. The entire field, oh, can you picture it? the entire field was jam-packed with obstacle courses, sporting events, prize tents. Oh, I remember what those looked like, and the little prizes that they used to hand out. So exciting, and the ribbons. Water balloon tosses. And of course, popsicles and cotton candy. Oh my goodness. There is nothing quite as refreshing in the hot, early summer heat. Wow, I can almost feel that. Than a popsicle. Ooh, the fruity juice melted and ran down my arm as I tried to lick every last bit. Can you feel that? You've had popsicles. I know you have. Can you feel it running down your wrist and down your arm as you try to get every last lick? Wow, I can really remember that. When it was over, we all ran back inside. Oh, I can picture that. So, ready for this, writers? Sweaty, tired, and kind of smelly. Oh, you know that smell that after you've all been outside for a long time and you've been running around and it's hot out. But happy on the inside. Ooh, I like that. From all the fun. Ring went the school bell. Can you hear it? Back when I was in school, writers, we didn't have the beep, the tone. We had like a ring. Oh, and I love that I wrote ring went the school bell, telling us it was finally summer vacation. Wow. You can see when I put all of these up just how much more detail I included. And now seeing that there's more lets me know that there's more detail. But when I was reading that with you, couldn't you hear and kind of feel and taste and kind of smell all the things, all the senses? Wow. So writers, today, what I want you to do is I want you to go back in your writing. I want you, and of course you can keep writing more, but I want you to go back and pick a piece that you have written in the last 2 weeks. I wonder which one you're going to pick. Maybe you're going to pick a restaurant review that you did. I know a third grade friend of mine, not here, but over at Franny's school, actually sent me his writing because he heard that we were doing the same thing from Franny, and he sent me a review that he did of Jimmy John's. I'm going to have to share it with you because it was so good. Maybe it's a letter that you wrote. Oops. Did you write a letter to somebody and put it in your journal? You know, it's okay to write letters to people and not send them, just to hold them for yourself. Did you write a letter to your future self? What about, ooh, I like this one. This was from Monday. Poetry. Was there a poem that you wrote? Which one's your favorite? Pick your favorite piece of writing today, writers. Go back, find it, and I want you to fix and fancy. I want you to go back and ask yourself, what did it really look like? What sounds was I hearing? What did it taste like? What did it smell like? And how did it feel? And when you ask yourself those things, you're going to edit, which means you're going to change and revise your writing. You're going to go back, and you don't even really have to do it in that piece. You can write a brand new piece, but I want you to take that writing that you had from just 2 weeks ago. For me, I would go back right here, and I would look at this and say, how could I grow this? And how could I make this a much better representation for my future self? Be thinking about which one you want to pick. And once you find it, have fun. Ask yourself those questions. Use the chart on our slide and see how you can grow your writing into something that your future self will really be able to learn from. Because remember, when you are reading this years from now, you may think that you're going to remember everything, but there's a really good chance that you won't, not the way you're feeling it right now. And this is a very, very special and kind of defining moment in history. What are you going to share with your future self? Enjoy, have fun, be as creative as you can and then you want, and be sure to share it with me, whether you share it through a Google Doc or a a photo that you put into a text or an email, however you can best share your writing with me. I am so excited because I would love to crawl inside each and every one of your brains right now, but it's a little hard. How are you going to show me what's growing in your mind right now? I can't wait. Have fun, enjoy, take as much time as you need, and remember, writers, no matter what, just keep what? Just keep writing. I'll see you soon.